SudoTrainer. This is a setup run, so it was something that could either be ran or couldn't be ran, depending on how far ahead we are. So I'm super excited to show this one off. It's a game that went from like a 55-minute run down to 3.5 minutes or something like that, even less than that. So I'll be explaining things pretty quick, but starting off, time is going to begin when I clear this. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready.
Can we read a quick donation?
Oh, of course.
Because we have a $50 donation from Focus Site with no comment.
No comment? All right, woo! No comment says it all.
Thank you so much for that donation, Focus Site. And I just want to let you know that a $50 donation can offset an apartment under 1,000 square feet and all of its carbon usage. So thank you so much for that, Focus Site. Really appreciate it.
That's awesome. Thank you. So yeah, I'm ready whenever you guys are. I'll just count down here, okay? So in 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right. So this is going to be really important. We're going to be doing the tutorial. And this tutorial is very important because not everyone's played the Pokemon TCG, right? These rules, we're going to go through them. Don't worry. You're going to be seeing a lot of these rules throughout the game. So pay attention. There'll be a quiz at the end. But this is the first Pokemon TCG. There's a quiz! I know, it's so exciting. So the first Pokemon TCG is kind of interesting because it's really cool, right? Like, it's a side game, but you still go to gyms and stuff. A lot of people like this as a kid, from what I can tell. And it's a game that I thought would, like, be so popular and be as big as Pokemon, and no one ever talked about this. Pokemon's cooler, right? But I still really enjoy it. It was one of the games I played the most growing up. I really liked the Pokemon TCG, but I couldn't really learn how to play it by myself, and this game kind of taught me, which I thought was really cool. So at the start here, it's going to be going through really basic things. So I'm going to already start talking about the glitch because we don't have too much time in this run. So, but first I have to pick Goldeen here. So it's going to explain the game to me. But the reason why this game became so short is arbitrary code execution. So that became really popular again recently with Zelda and everything that's happening with them and arbitrary code execution. But this game recently found a way that it's basically canceling a duel. I don't have too much time to talk about how this is done, but there's a wonderful pace spin written up by Interpreter from the Pokemon speedrunning community, so I definitely recommend checking it out. But I will say that this thing is not always consistent. So weird things can happen, and we're about to do the glitch right now. So we're going to go down here, and if it works out perfectly, we're going to cancel the duel. So we go down here, and we press B, A, and down on the same frame. And it just cancels the duel. So for a little bit, that was the run. You would go to the normal routes of everything, and you would just cancel the duel. It was a coin flipping simulator. In fact, that's how I submitted this run, as just a meme where you just never duel. But then arbitrary code execution was found. So that glitch is the key. We're going to end a duel and make the game read from memory. So we're going to pick Squirtle, because Squirtle is obviously the best, and we need it for this arbitrary code execution. So up till now, this text has been super slow, but this game actually has some of the fastest text out of any Pokemon game I played, but we have to configure it. So we're going to be doing a couple things, including modifying the deck. So I'm going to come in here and do this. We're going to put in Kakuna. We're going to put in Arcanine. We are then going to, let me just double check my notes, because if I mess this up, this is really bad. 3, 1, Lightning. And then we come over here and we do some fanciness. Okay, so that's correct. What did I miss? Were these not added? Oh no. What's wrong? Okay, give me 1 second. Grass. Okay. Grass. What else did I miss? This right? Okay. This might not work now, but we can always just retry it. Okay, so give me 1 second here. We'll be able to tell really quick. So this is one of the reasons why the incentive is super long. So the estimate is super high. So basically, I'll be able to tell if this messes up at all, and we'll just have to redo the tutorial. What I did was I confused grass energy with water energy. So give me 1 second. Okay, so that actually looks like it'll work. So give me 1 second here. I need to put on my different headphones. So we're going to be doing a frame perfect trick here at 60 frames per second now. So I'm going to be going over here, and we are going to be going to the science club. So I'm going to talk to this Ronald guy, and we're going to be going up here, talking to him, and one of these text boxes. Okay, so let's double check this. So fighting seal. Okay, so is this on the list? Okay, we're gonna try one more time. If not, I'm actually going to reset the entire run, which seems insane, but it's literally only 3 minutes. What we're trying to do here is I'm gonna be clearing that text box frame perfectly, and if we do it right, we're going to get a consistent deck setup. So psychic, okay, yep. So I'm not getting anything on the list, so what we're gonna do is we're going to quickly delete it again. Sorry about that. It's such a simple thing, but now we can learn about the wonderful world of card games again. Wow, text mashing is fun. So I guess the cool thing about this, it gives me time to talk more about kind of TCG and how far it's kind of come. So TCG is a really interesting game to speedrun, because they're one of the games that kind of has one of those interesting starting times. So if you play TCG, actually, like the any percent glitchless route, the strange thing about it is they'll start after the tutorial, partially because it's a very long section where the text is very slow. So they'll start with a save file right after, and that's how the leaderboards are handled. But this kind of began because TCG was a really good race game back when it started. So a lot of people were racing it very frequently. So it's just really kind of took speedruns live by storm, and then that kind of just carried over to how people wanted to play it on the leaderboard. I wasn't around during that time, but that's like the quick and heavy of it. So we're gonna pick Goldine again, and then same thing, we just have to throw out Staryu because it's part of it. So the funny thing with how this has been happening today is, so my flow timer, I tested it out on this laptop, was working fine, and now it just refuses to open. So I have downgraded to the other flow timer that I could easily get, which is 1.4, because the other one I had was never beeping and just rolling down into negative like 1,000. Okay, so here's the glitch again. We're gonna do that, and that's that. So this time I'm not gonna mess up the deck editing, and then we'll get to warp straight to the credits. It'll be really cool. All right. And the reason why Squirtle's picked, I think I kind of mentioned it before, but this is the arbitrary code execution is going to read from our deck, which is kind of why we're editing it. So we need the Squirtle deck versus like the top one, because it's kind of the easiest one to edit all those things together. So we're going to come in here, do the same thing before, and now I'm going to be very careful. So add this, add this, add this, and this is where I'm going to double check, because that's what I did wrong. So lightning, yep, cool. Woo! Super slow, but safe. All right, so because of that, we're set up for this glitch now. So once again, we go to the science club because this is one of the guys that we need to kind of manipulate something. That's why we're doing this RNG manip here. Oh. Give me a second here. Alright. All these streams. Sorry about that. Alright. So now we're all set. I can hear my flow timer again. Alright, so potion switch, this is on the list. That is 5 frames early, so we're all set. So now I can relax and just do the glitch. It's really easy to reset, as you see. So basically, all we have to do is talk to this guy, go up and rinse and repeat. So let me talk to him here. So there we go. So we did it. So that was a frame perfect trick, second time, legit. But I'm sorry that took so much. So this is what we're manipulating. So the Pidgey, he's going to play Whirlwind. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna do the glitch. Okay. And we're at the credits. That's time. So that took really long, and that was a double restart, basically. Sorry about that, everyone. But yeah, so basically, editing the deck is going to allow us to kind of set up a memory section that we want for arbitrary code execution. And you just go to that guy, get Whirlwind, and it's going to call the code that we set up in our deck. And that RNG manip is making sure that he can Whirlwind turn 1. So that's that. Sorry it didn't go over perfectly. That was super slow, but thank you everyone, and check out better runs of this because it's really cool with how people have done. And I think my PB was like 4th on the leaderboard, and it's like only like 340 something. So 11 minutes isn't the fastest I've ever done. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys later in the marathon. Hopefully with a more skillful run.
Thank you very much for that run, SudoTrainer. Stay tuned, because next up we have Super Mario World 11 Exit by Zan Damascus.